So start with delicious ingredients, and this is a little bit more simple. So I am going to saute a pound of a really good ground beef hamburger, sirloin burger type. I finely chop, then saute. Okay, so we have all the seasoning in by 1 tablespoon of each that I had pictured. A half of an onion chopped finely. There was literally no grease in this burger, so I put in a little bit of olive oil. I'm going to cover this and let this all come together, steam, and get the onion soft. These are the ingredients I'm going to add in because I have a busy day and I hear this one's really good. I've never tried much of any jar spaghetti sauce, but I've been trying it. A large can of crushed tomatoes with basil in it will be a great addition. And this minced garlic, a heaping tablespoon, a packet of Lowry's, which I absolutely love, about 1 cup of water, and then I'm going to let that come together and season all over again and taste it and put fresh garlic in. After it's cooked about a half an hour, the fresh garlic, and some bay leaves. This will become our lasagna. Yum, yum. Since I sauteed and then covered this for 15 minutes, all of these flavors are bursting. Be really careful not to burn or scorch your garlic, fresh or jar. So what I'm going to do, sorry for that, is get in some of my crushed basil tomatoes so that it doesn't scorch. Water in that can and rinse it out thoroughly. Let's stir it up. Little teaspoon of salt, and the same size I will do of sugar, and I'll probably add more to it later. But guys, I'm so sorry this pot is so ugly. It's an old-timey from the late 50s, probably early 50s. So it's just ugly, but it's scrubbed every time I use it. It's my ugly pot. And yes, weirdly enough, you always put a little bit of salt, a little bit of sugar in your spaghetti sauce, Italian sauce. If I was doing it from scratch, I'd do it differently, but today's just easy. Okay, so I'm going to add in my Lowry's spices and seasoning, blend that in, and I made a mess. That's okay, we'll clean it up. Blend, blend, blend. Okay, so I'm making a big batch because I've got a big lasagna to make that I'm taking to a function tomorrow. And I got to make sure this tastes really yummy. And I put in that ragu, chunky tomato, garlic and onion, 24-ounce jar. It's going to set off more flavors, and that little bit of sugar will balance it out, and you definitely do not need any more because there's probably a little bit in this ragu. Let's let this come together for about 15 minutes covered. Okay, this has come together really nice, and it's really thick, and that's what you want for lasagna. So this layer I sprinkled some Parmesan cheese, dried basil, and Italian seasoning, and I'll bake it tomorrow, and this will all come together. Let's put the top on. Okay, it will be ready to bake tomorrow. And she is a beauty. After you bake at 350 for about 40 minutes and cover it for the next 10, but don't let it get dried out and too crunchy because it'll get too chewy. So go ahead and watch over it. Make sure it's bubbling on the edges when you bake it. Let it set for a good 10 to 15 minutes and enjoy. Happy holidays. Go over this a couple times and let it soak. And it will still be just as ugly, but ready to use for the next delicious dish.